Discovery, go at throttle up. Discovery, go at throttle up.
This is EJSA Control. Are you ready for the event? Roger. We will be starting up YouTube stream in 5.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Space and rocket review for real this time. What's going on, everybody? It is May 19, 2026, and this is the first space and rocket review that I've done in a little while. We have some stuff going on right now, but yeah, we're here. It's real. It is really hot is the end of that sentence. Yeah. Good news, since our early hours battlefield, the temperature has gone down by 4 degrees. So I got that going for me, which is nice. You know, that's good for something. All right. So, where do we start? Well, the big news here, I mean, dude, there's so much stuff that I'm not even like sure where to start here. How about we start with Starbase Live? That's probably a good idea. Let's start with that. All right, so this is a live shot from Starbase Live where Ship 39 has been lifted. And they're looking to stack. They're looking to stack here on top of Pad 2 and do a wet dress rehearsal in preparation for a launch on Thursday afternoon. So about 2 days from now, give or take. I do like that. Yeah. You were about to ask for Stoke first? Oh. Well, we can talk more about Starship here in a moment. We can switch to Stoke here. This is what Stoke's working on. Their test facility out in Moses Lake, that's in Washington State. They rolled their first stage test article to the test stand, and then they got a two-cell engine test stand here. And there is the first stage, a qualification article for the first stage for their Nova rocket. Mustard Goon, what's going on? Lactus, how you doing? It's 4 degrees down, at least it's not 4 degrees up. Yeah. Yeah. It looks space sexy. Wait till to see the pad. Oh, yeah. Looks like a mini Starship booster. Well, Stoke is building a fully reusable rocket. They're working on their Nova rocket. Hey, Tim? Timber? See if there's a truck. Yeah, that is a neat truck and trailer. Their Nova. Oh. The Nova rocket will come back down and land like a Falcon 9, similar to it. And, yeah, that's their second stage engine. If it looks like a heat shield, that's because it is. It also says get some on it, which... And that says walk and roll. Launches Thursday, wet dress tomorrow. I think they might try to do a wet dress today, but I'm not sure. Hang on. Let's flip back over to Starbase. The ship is moving. Guys, the ship's moving. It's it's just listing. If you look at this up here, it's just listing lazily to the left. There's no road closures today, so it's kind of impossible. So it's got to be tomorrow then for the road closures, yeah? Kobe, my man. Kobe, my man. Why's this thing moving? It's supposed to move like that. Yeah, they're gonna stack their vehicle here. Look at that. What is the weather looking like for the 21st? Oh, it's gonna rain. Thunderstorms on the 21st. Scattered though. Scattered thunderstorms. Thursday's low will be 77 Fahrenheit between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And then the high will be 90 between 2 and 3 p.m. Temperature range will feel like 78 to 90 degrees and will feel similar to the actual temperature. Cool. Does Starship use latches or pins? Pins, I think. Question, what is with the white paint inside of the Raptor vacuum engines? Fellas, I'm not sure. I hate saying that I don't know. Dude, I have been out of the loop for spaceflight almost entirely for like the last two and a half, maybe 3 weeks. As to what it is, if I had to venture a guess, dude, I really don't know. It would be hard for me to say without like seeing the engine after it's fired, you know? I can't resub for some reason. This will have to do. It's not ablative, no. It could be
Discovery, go at throttle up.
It could be some type of anti-corrosive coating that'll just come off when the thing flies. Good evening. Did SpaceX explain the delay? They did something to ship 39. Max, let's ask Rock. It's smarter than we are per Elon. Dude, you must be real fun at parties. Like, you must be real fun. Hey, Gork, is this true? Rain should be gone by the 5:30 p.m. launch time. Yeah.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Mary, 44-month resub. I think it's a rubber coating for damping at startup. Maybe. Here we go. Isn't the white paint some type of insulation on the inside of the rocket engines, dude? Like, Right there? I don't know, maybe. See last. What's up, Argon? They are white even after firing. Whatever it is, it's very heat resistant. Did we cover the SpaceX upgrades on the SpaceX V3 upgrade? Did we cover the SpaceX update on V3 upgrades? No, I have not. Just got to pull it in a little bit. She's not exactly aligned. Not exactly there yet. The aft of the ship looks so empty. SpaceX left you a lot of articles to read. Yeah. Well, let's watch this thing get crowned here, and then we'll go from there. Do they have riggers up there? No, it's all automatic, farm. Would recommend. They got a lot of stuff in those tubes. V3 thrust is 18.2 million pounds of thrust. Raptors, baby. It's pretty impressive, farm, for automatic. Up. Bringing her down. Bringing her down. Yeah, just got to shift it. Just jiggle the handle a little bit. Hey, Tatum, what's up? 80.8 meganewtons. Crazy. I wonder if the control is just a guy with a joystick. Nah, I don't think so. It's probably an Xbox controller. I have no idea, dude. Is it only on the ground that the placement of the ship on the lift is set? Is it only on the ground that the placement of the ship on the lift is set? Yeah, I think if I'm understanding what you're asking, yes. Honestly, I would probably want a joystick to do this if we were going to do this by hand. You'd want to make very, very small movements. Or value-based keyboard. So like where you could adjust the rate of movement on the keyboard. No way, it's definitely a PlayStation controller. Man, frick PlayStation, dude. Xbox. It's all capitals now. It's a capital Xbox, right? That's how they spell it. It's a capital XBOX. Nah, it's a CAD mouse. You're a CAD mouse. Brian said they're lifting that ship slow because of the additional mass of the 20 dumplings inside. That makes sense. PS5 controller for the advanced haptic feedback. Bro, I went to my buddy's house like a month ago. I've been meaning to tell you guys the story, but there have been other circumstances. I went to my buddy's house. He had a PS5, and it looked like a blender. The thing is gigantic. It's huge, and it looks like a blender that's being tipped over. Like, if you put it vertically, it looks like a blender from the front. I'm like, that looks like a magic bullet. Rock. It looks like a damn blender. Here, I don't want to Google PS5 because then it'll tell me where to buy it. It just, I just get Blender vibes from it. Just, it's a very goofy looking console. They really, really don't want normies to realize it's just a mid-tier AMD gaming laptop. A cocktail shaker? It looks like everything but a video game console, man. So is the Xbox. I have not. The last console that I think we bought was probably the Switch 2. And it was the Switch before that. And then before that, probably, I think, an Xbox One. But I bought the Xbox One when it came out. So. That PS5, when it's vertical, it looks like VOT headquarters or something, man. It's just awful. Just awful. The haptic feedback on the controller is wild, though. Yeah, that's cool. It's like, if you got that joke, then good for you. Are you gonna play Forza? Unlikely. Forza Horizon is too much of an arcade game for me, dude. So they're stacking Ship 39 on Booster 19 here. But Space Station. So? Are you gonna stream the launch? Well, yeah, the launch is on Thursday. It's about actually, it's about 2 days from now, give or take. See up there in the top? And they have a rocket launch. I have a rocket launch right here. Didn't have stick drift at least. How's the ship locked onto the booster? There's 6 locking points here around the booster. So it's 1. Actually, they may have moved it down to 3. There used to be 6 on there. It seems like there might be 1 latching point there, 1 over there, and then 1 over there. It looks like they're in 3x symmetry, if I had to guess. Now, keep in mind, guys, these points are just holding the things together and just keeping one on top of the other. The hot staging ring and the struts are what's carrying your load. There are 4 on the booster. There was never 6. Right? Sorry. Yeah, me too. They're not using explosive bolts. It's just a latch that holds the rim of Starship in place. Did you hear about the mud flats now being restricted from the public by Pad 2? No. Yeah, like I said, I'm out of the loop. I can't even remember how many latching points Super Heavy has. beer. It's okay. You don't need to retract your messages, man. It's good. It does look good, though. This thing looks so much better. I just wish I knew more about it. We should probably go and read that article. Wait, who are you again? I'm your worst nightmare. It's me, John Battlefield. I think the 3 grid fins are a great idea, dude. It does look a little strange, though. I'm not wearing a suit. SpaceX doesn't do that. I'm gonna wear my Starship shirt. You guys don't like 3 grid fins? I think 3 grid fins are great. You gotta remember though that it's the mass. That's something I do know. It turns out when you make a spaceship out of steel, mass is at a premium. How does the truss hold the ship up? The strut attachment points look so tiny. Cylinders can take a tremendous amount of point load, Argon. What are the struts made out of? Steel? Stainless steel? Is this live video? Yep. If you watch up here, they should be getting ready to drop the ship down. Oh, it's definitely not lined up. When would you guess Star Coast Louisiana will be done? 10 years, man. That's well, maybe not 10 years. It's gonna be a while. I overthink things. I thought you were mad. No. Could have sworn there were 6, dude. I don't know. My brain is scrambled. That is why I've been just playing Battlefield, dude. Because I don't. I'm not as sharp as I usually am. But, yeah, hopefully we get to see this. You're nervous? Cabin Eater? No, don't be nervous. It's fine. It's gonna work. Quad canards. Alright. Where's that timeout button? Okay, Hazanku here. Timeout for 1 second. There we go. There we go. This is SpaceX Xenomorph, yeah. I wonder how much of the stainless they'll swap to something lighter for titanium once they cement the design. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the chances for a complete success? Fellas, okay. I think it's going to work. I think it'll work. SpaceX has had a lot of time to dial this design in. There are unknown unknowns, for sure. But think about Booster 18. Booster 18 popped, Ship 36 blowing up. Like, believe me, they've worked. I believe that they've worked a lot of the kinks out of this. They've had plenty of time to figure it out. You've also said that every time it exploded. Well, frick me, in my opinion, then, I guess. Only trying to answer a question, Gillhole. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I think it's gonna work. Let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you like this. It better freaking work. It better work. You better get this right. Landers, time is ticking. You only got 18 months. Actually, less than that. Actually, yeah. Late 2027, right? For Artemis 3. Time is ticking. You think multiple Raptor 3s will fail during flight, but it will get to main engine cutoff? Barely. The thing will yeet itself off the pad because they're ramping up the engines to full power, then they release the clamps. 45-second max Q. That's like SRB booster territory. I know, it's pretty awesome. What am I most looking forward to? Re-entry. All day. Re-entry. If they're not gonna go and catch the booster, I want that re-entry, man. That's gonna be the best part, dude. Have you heard 2 of the deployed satellites will scan the ship's tiles, and the white painted tiles on the side of the ship are to simulate missing tiles? They will use this to determine if it is safe to come back on future catch attempts. Yep. Yeah. Entry is my favorite part. I think that's super cool with Starship. You know why I think it's cool? Because we get to see it, man. We get to see it. And supposedly one of those dummy Starlinks does have a camera on it. Supposedly. You know, I know they're going to try to take pictures, but when I say supposedly has a camera on it, maybe we'll see some live views. Yeah, but Vanta, we don't know.
Oh, this is space.
Let me
I'm in
rephrase that.
space.
Fluffy, gifted 5. Thanks, man. Let me rephrase that. I hope that the cameras that are on the satellites are ones that are used to, like, for the stream. I hope we can see them, dude. No, I hope that let me say that, like, I hope they show that on the stream. That's the right way to say that. I hope they're cameras that they can tap into. That would be really nice. I wonder what kind of camera they use. Vera, I think the optics division for SpaceX is done in-house. Question. I know you might not know off the top of your head, but do you know roughly Starship's TWR off the pad? 1.4? I'm worried about a Raptor 3 turbopump exploding and taking out adjacent engines like what happened on Flight 1, while Raptor 2 had a fire suppression system and RUD shields between the engines. I wish that they at least kept the dividing titanium panels. Will it be in darkness, though? It depends on when they deploy, Radio. Anonymous, what's this? Did SpaceX just punch this one out? Yeah, they just did. SpaceX just tweeted this. What do we got? SpaceX camera system is in-house. Yep. Space engineer said that won't be an issue. The engine is basically a shield for itself. I believe him. I think the housing for the engine is built. Yeah. Is that an onboard flap camera from Rollout? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Really? The flap camera from freaking Rollout. That's actually super cool. That's awesome. Haters will say this is AI. Haters will say this picture's AI. I mean, gotta make sure they work. Yeah, there you go, right? I don't think the booster has a decal. No, I'm not sure. Let's just say it's a balloon. Cybertruck is ugly. I was waiting for it, Serby. I was waiting for somebody to say it, dude. I don't mind it. I really don't. It's very avant-garde design for sure. But yeah. I don't think I'd drive one. It's not a pickup truck, guys. It's a sport utility vehicle. I will say that till I'm blue in the face. And like I said, I wouldn't buy one. I think they're okay. They're pretty neat, but you know, they call it Cybertruck. I really don't think it is. I think it's an SUV. If you think about it as an SUV with a pickup bed, it makes a lot more sense. There's a subtweet to that one. Let's check it. These vehicles are the first of many made possible by the tireless effort of SpaceX engineers and technicians and are designed to enable the core revolutionary capabilities of Starship. Verbs. I love all the people watching it go by over there. Team photos in front of the craft are always nice. Yep. Elon said 10 more ships and 5 boosters this year. Dude, I'm like, you know what messes with me? I've been like right there. This is definitely on Highway 4. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where that picture is. Where this picture was taken. Fairly confident it's right here. And there's grass right there. That to me sounds like too small of a number. 10 ships for the rest of the year? That's, dude, we're, okay, Blackness, I hate to be that guy, but we're like, it's like, we're almost halfway through this year. Sorry. I think that's acceptable considering they refactored to the Block 3 design. Tankers, though. They'll reuse them. I think that's the idea. Yeah, the whole Block 3 architecture seems to be a lot more dialed in. It seems to be a factored version of the design. So, like, think about, like, Starship Block 3 in the same way that, like, Falcon 9, not Block 5, but, like, Block 4 Falcon 9 was. At least that's what I'm thinking. Got your appendix moved right before your birthday last week, but luckily I got home before. All right. I mean, yeah, I'd say for the con-ops for their so the concept of operations for what they're trying to do with like Artemis and stuff, I would say five ships and 5 ships, 10 booster, or no, 5 boosters, 10 ships. That's, I mean, that's enough to, well, that's enough to at least keep Starlink operational, and then maybe an HLS thrown in there too. Who knows? '40 has gone through cryo. It needs a static fire, and booster 20 needs cryo and static fire. Yeah, so the next one is in the pipe. You know, I was just thinking, like, you know what I was just thinking? Man, you're really gonna need a big building to store all this stuff. And then I remembered. Bum, 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 bum. Like a giga-sized building. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry. It's moving. See? Yeah, you'd need like a giga-sized building at least. Like that one. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, it's just booster's horizontal transport, the key question remains how it transitions from vertical to horizontal at Starbase. In the reverse operation in Florida, it appears that the other black frame used to rotate the booster. It appears that the other black frame could be used to rotate the booster. This minimal design should allow it to fit inside of the transfer aisle of the Gigabay, using the bridge cranes along with the SPMTs or modular transporters. They will also need to attach the pivot tables for transport to the ports. Oh, this is an RGB picture of the breakover device. Chrome Kiwi does 3D models of it. Look. Oh, hello. Sounds like a Detroit short by. So the interesting thing that I'm noticing from Chrome's renders here is that there's a set of lugs up here. See? There's two of them. There's two lugs that form a clevis. It's clear that this one is for rotation because it has there's a beefy part of this bracket hooked up to it. But there's also beefy up here. My guess is that's how they lift the back of the booster up. Is that the Gustav gun? No, it's not the Schwer Gustav. Interesting design. Now, what are we looking at here?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I had to see this, now you do too. It looks like some of their sealant has cracked here. That's the catch point. Yeah. Yeah. Why not just do it how blue does it?
Discovery,
It's
go
made
at
out of
throttle up.
something different, dude. Stainless is gonna do something completely different. Look at this picture from Max. The way this thing lifts up is going to be completely different than like how blue would do it with the aluminum booster. Damn. That's a really nice picture. The green on the copper mounting brackets may be copper beryllium alloy. They make H60 blade droop stops out of it due to their extreme hardness and toughness while remaining light. The drawback is that dust or corrosion products are super cancer if you breathe them in. Yeah. Starship's nipple. Bro. Bro.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
The two vents above the tile patch look scared. I can't unsee it. It looks like it, dude. It looks like it's there going. I can't unsee it now. It looks like it's just like, hey, what do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do? And it looks like a mouth right there, and those look like eyes. Hey, what's up? What's up, dude? That's so bad, dude. Oh my goodness. Don't look. Don't look at this. Don't look at it. Must be cold. It must be cold out. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Sorry. That wavy hair looks incredibly beautiful and flattening on you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what happened up here? Jeez. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. They're lowering it.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You can't see this from the hotel. Complete haze. NSF showed it early. Wow. So Flight 12 goes to plan. Do you think we could potentially see a catch next flight and maybe a ship landing in the Gulf? I think that would be the plan if this one goes to plan, yes. Using a SpaceX box controller? Yes. Yes, a SpaceX box controller. And the guy's like, you know, not. Do you remember like 20 years ago, House? Like the pictures of like that you'd see in the at like the hardware, not the hardware store, like the electronics store of people playing Xbox or people playing Nintendo, and they were always like, look at how much fun we're having, oh! You know, like it was always weird. I'm like, bro, I've never held a controller like that. Need high APM for that. You do need high APM. All right, so they're going to lower that booster down there. Those are people at our LAN parties in 2004. Dude, the only time somebody even wasn't in a, like when I was playing, like if somebody wasn't like this, was to throw the damn controller on the ground, myself included. You know, like, hey, you need to show the booster catch and pretend to steer the booster. Oh, dear. LAN parties, simpler times. Yep. Simpler times. I remember the last LAN party I went to. The last LAN party I went to was sometime in 2007. And we played Gears of War. That was the last LAN party I went to. After that, we went to the LAN center. And I made a bunch of people mad playing Counter-Strike. Yep. Zanku, that was back when I was a much more social person. You know? Didn't like carrying your 19-inch CRT monitor. I used a Sony Trinitron. Yeah, the Trinitron, the gray ones. Yeah. Last LAN party I went to was like 2012 or 2013. Cool. Cool. Last LAN party I had, you had the cops called on you because somebody butt dialed someone and heard gunfire from Call of Duty. Oh no! Oh, oh, that sucks, man. I don't mean to laugh, but dude, that's terrible. Oh no! Hey, fool. Oh my goodness. So it looks like they're gonna set this thing down, I think. So here's a random thought / question. How many Cybertrucks do you think SpaceX can hold? I think they should get all sent to space. Why? Brother. You see this? It's 85 freaking degrees in here. I'm sweating my balls off, and you're gonna ask me that question? That's the question you choose to ask? That's the question. That's the question you choose to... SMH, my temperature. All right, let's see what else we got while that's going on. I'll keep that up there, and if we see anything, we'll go from there. That up there like that. So, what else do we have here? This is from L3 Harris. What are they up to? Cleared for the next step. Our next generation radioisotope thermoelectric generator passed its critical design review, advancing nuclear power for deep space missions. Learn more. I would love to learn more. L3 Harris Technologies has finalized the design of a next-generation nuclear-based power source for future NASA deep space missions, marking a crucial advancement in spaceflight power technology. The next-generation radioisotope thermoelectric generator, NextGen RTG, cleared its critical design review, CDR, on April 2nd, 2026, paving the way for a new era of outer solar system exploration. Passing the CDR is an important milestone, because it validates that our design meets all technical requirements and can be manufactured, said Bill Sack, General Manager, Rocket Works and Power Systems at L3 Harris. It also demonstrates we've successfully reestablished this critical capability after years of limited production. Yeah, no, not that Rocket Works, but different Rocket Works. Flight units could power NASA deep space probes starting in 2030, including the proposed Uranus orbiter. That would use 2 next-gen RTGs for power and for keeping its temperature-sensitive components warm enough to operate in the frigid environments of the outer solar system. Sorry. This dual-purpose capability makes RTGs indispensable for such missions. Yeah, that's right, Azongu. This is good stuff. RTGs convert heat from the radioactive decay of plutonium-238 into electricity. Yeah, it's called a thermocouple. Pretty cool. Necessary for probes that are too far from the sun to rely on solar power. They've been in use for 60 years. That's right. They have been in use for 60 years. Well, close. 49 years. For one of them, at least. Did L3 Harris just make a joke there? So, Voyager 1 launched in 1977. And it's still working. It's RTG powered. Last time I orbited Uranus, I really wished I brought 2 RTGs. No, you don't. No, you don't. . Early versions continue to supply power for NASA's twin Voyager probes, which were launched in 1970. I just said that. I swear I didn't read that off the page. Next-gen RTG is an evolution of the general-purpose heat source RCGs that supplied power to NASA's Cassini-Saturn orbiter and more recently the New Horizons probe, which carried out a Pluto flyby in 2015 and is now exploring the frozen wonders of the Kuiper Belt. Unlike L3 Harris-built multi-mission RTGs are currently powering NASA's Curiosity and Perseverance. Unlike the L3 Harris-built multi-mission RTGs that are currently powering Curiosity and Perseverance Mars rovers, the next-gen RTGs are optimized for spacecraft operating in the vacuum of space rather than on the surface of a planet. This distinction is critical for future missions. The vacuum-optimized design allows for more efficient heat reduction and power generation in the deep space environment, whereas missions like the Uranus orbiter will operate. As a result, the next-gen RTG offers a high power output at approximately the same weight as the multi-mission RTG. With the capability to generate about 250 watts of power at the beginning of its life, each next-gen RTG will provide reliable, long-duration power for spacecraft exploring the outer reaches of our solar system. I am not going to put two RTGs onto Uranus. No, it's going on the probe, not onto Uranus, cousin. What's wrong with you? The next-gen RTG represents a significant leap forward in efficiency. The guy's name is Sack. We're delivering more power in the same mass envelope, which is critical when every kilogram matters for deep space missions. The availability of next-gen RTGs opens the door to a range of ambitious missions that have been on NASA's wish list. Beyond the Uranus orbiter, these power systems could enable extended missions to Neptune and its moon Triton, Kuiper Belt object explorers that go beyond the range of the New Horizons spacecraft, long-duration missions to the outer planet's moons, interstellar precursor missions that push even further than Voyager 1 and 2. No, his first name isn't Ball. His first name is Bill. Bill Sack. Why not just go by William, man? Jesus.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
No, he just came in. What an entrance. Willie Sack is just as bad. No, William. Damn it. Let's go on to the next thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so bad. There's a guy named Bill Sack that's working on a probe to Uranus. You can't make that up. You can't make that up. What the frick? I'm sorry. That dude, is this a joke? Okay. Next bit coming from Vast. Vast is expanding into high-power satellites, introducing our new line of high-powered satellite buses that leverage the technology we've developed in-house for our Haven 1 space station and validated it with the success of our Haven demo mission. Let's see, what do you got, Vastarino? Vast satellite. Rollout solar arrays. 33 meters. That's 100 feet wide. He's partnered with Dan Sack over at JPL. Hi,
Discovery,
Redmond.
go at throttle up.
Mission applications, communications, Earth observation, orbital data centers, sensing, national security. Severe thunderstorms heading to my area. Hot showers in your area? Question. That was my mom. My mom was like, careful. Please, I want the thunderstorm. It'll cool everything down. This is cool. 15 kilowatt solar generation, bus dry mass 700 kilos. So that's, what is that, 2,200 pounds, give or take? Payload capability, 300 plus kilograms. Nice. Yeah, Ziggy, we're about to get wrecked. Yeah, that storm's moving across Connecticut too. It's headed out to the Cape near me. Nice. Incoming. And now to Weather Guy with the weather. Here, hold on. We'll check that in a moment. Yeah. 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 I'm like right here. Like, see where the armpit is, where Plymouth Bay is? Yeah. Yeah, that's not. That's. Okay. Helicopter? Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Ever had tornadoes out there? No, it's too hilly, Cryolox. Like, that doesn't mean that hasn't happened. There was a tornado in Norwell last year. It was an EF1. It was nothing, but still scary. And it was only for a second before it dissipated. The terrain is there's too many hills. You don't, I don't know the weather terms. You don't get the yin and the yang mixing together with the right aerodynamics to create the specs on the inline for the rotary girder. You know? Does that make sense? Oregon had EF5s in the mountains once. Put down lots of trees. We don't have mountains, we have hills. Okay. All right, anyway, let's see what else. I want to see what VAST is doing with this satellite bus. I also really appreciate the use of Helvetica. White background, black text. Helvetica. Very nice. We like Helvetica. This is a Helvetica appreciation household. All right. Do you know why? Who knows why we appreciate white background, dark letter, Helvetica? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? That's why. That's why we appreciate it. We celebrate the entire Helvetica catalog in this household, okay? Just for the tab list. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Wait. Up dudes? Yeah, okay. I'll check that out in a second. But yeah, see, we appreciate that. Vast, you know they did that on purpose. That's it's just, dude, it's peak. That's like civilizational peak right there. There are helicopters flying around Boca Chica. All right, we keep that down. Jeez. Responsive guidance, navigation, and control capability. Electric propulsion in the 10 kilowatt range with Krypton thruster. CMG capability and torque rods. Interesting. Some natural gas stoves that run on pilot's light use thermal couples for minimal electronics. Yeah, old toasters use thermal couples if I'm remembering correctly, Aqualex. So what you're saying is we need to make an RTG using old stove parts? No, no, that's not what you're saying, is it? Don't buy weird things. You have to rip it off from some Libyans.
Discovery, go at
Group
throttle up.
of Libyan nationalists. They wanted me to build them a bomb, so I took their plutonium and gave them a shoddy bomb casing full of used pinball machine parts. Ready? 133-month resub. End-to-end flight architecture, radios, flexible payload bay, flight computers, thermal management. So, this is not the first flat-packed satellite I've seen here. Yeah. Built for batch deployment. Okay, here's my thing, dudes. This is super cool. All right? And I'm not one to be like, wow, that's dumb, right? That's super cool. Could I do any better? No. I probably couldn't even do better in KSP or something, right? However, I do have a genuine question, and maybe they address it. Maybe we should watch the end of the video. Who is this for? Vast is not the first company to offer a flat-pack batch-deployed satellite for proliferated low Earth orbit networks. Rocket Lab has done the same thing too with they called it Flatellite. Rocket Lab has something like this. So Vast has something like this. Am I missing something here, dudes? Like, did something change in the past, 2.5 weeks that I haven't been here? What is the market for a satellite like this? What I don't understand what this satellite's purpose is. It's like, it's cool to take that technology and make it into something. And I'm not, once again, I'm not hating on Vast. We like Vast. Vast is cool. I forgot that you live in Plymouth. I think I flew over you last week when I landed at Otis. Most likely. National security applications, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be it, dude. Because there's no commercial market for something like this. It's gotta be, okay. Well, Ian, I think you got it. I agree with you. I think it's less market, more of a demonstration of capability, like concept cars. You think so? Vast's 300,000 square foot facilities are designed to enable low-cost, large-scale satellite manufacturing. You sure about that? It's Golden Dome, isn't it? It's Golden Dome. It's Golden. Yep. Yep. It's Golden Dome. That is Signal Hill. Frickin' Long Beach, baby. I love Long Beach. Yes, that is an oil derrick. If you really wanted to know. You lived on the other side of this picture? With how big Golden Dome is, everybody's getting a piece of the pie. Yep. Those dispersed constellations are the answer to ASAT weapons. It would take dozens of ASATs to degrade the network. Yep. Yeah. All right, what else we got here? SpaceX pre-IPO just went live. Current implications is a 2.4 trillion market cap. What the fuck? I think some of your SpaceX friends just got paid. Guys, I'm seriously, this is not financial advice. I am seriously contemplating investing in this company because there's no way, I mean, I don't know. There's no way that that's not going to grow, right? There's no way it's not going to grow. Even if SpaceX doesn't do the whole data center things, it just has Starlink like that. I would say that that's a pretty safe play. Wait until after the next prototype blows up, though, right? Yeah, yeah, precisely. I, oh, SpaceX is the only company with reusable rockets. Not true, dude. Lorgen. Evaluation better not be inflated by AI because it'll drag the space industry down when the bubble pops. You're probably right. I'm just gonna pretend that that's not gonna. Your Starlink cost just doubled, by the way. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm going to, dudes. Like, I usually don't do that, but I'm already a SpaceX fanboy, so it's not gonna influence my damn opinion. You know, like that is worth it. That is worth some money. The one thing I say with this, what small experience in the market, an IPO is a lot of initial hype. The price will often fall quickly. Is back. Yeah, exactly, Hazer. Yeah, don't invest right away. That's why I said it's not investment advice. Like, I'm gonna watch it and we're gonna go from there, dude. Because like, if it eventually gets to that if it gets to that 2.4 trillion market cap, holy balls, dude. Holy balls. I will retire early, and by retire I mean I'll just sit here and stream all day.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Just sit here and stream all day. All right, whatever. This is not investment advice. Okay. Nah, just pump and dump. Pump and dump the SpaceX IPO. Oh, jeez. All right, so we got an update here from Firefly. What are they up to? As our mission manifest grows, so have our facilities. Firefly has made improvements at our rocket ranch and doubled the size of our campus in Cedar Park, Texas. With new innovative lab and expansive clean room to enable an assembly line of lunar landers and orbital vehicles. Read more here. No. We will do like everybody else does on the internet, and we will watch the video. This is Ramon Sanchez, and he's the COO of Firefly Aerospace. All right, what do you got? We've made several strategic investments in our Cedar Park campus, one of those being an expansion of our clean room. Clean room is going to be 4 times bigger than the original one, and it's to set up a production line for our Blue Ghost lunar landers and our electro-orbital vehicles. which will enable multiple learner missions a year with our new GlowWorks Innovation Lab. We're enabling rapid technology innovation in propulsion, carbon composites, robotics, and 3D printing. We're improving our rocket manufacturing and testing at our 217,000 square foot facility, supporting launch engineering, manufacturing, and assembly and integration, and making continuous upgrades to the automated carbon composite and propulsion machinery. Whoa. Hold up. Oh, hello. Copper jackets. Yummy. Very, very nice. Oh, hey, I know that guy. Yeah. I do too. I know a guy that knows that guy. So, there. Ooh. Copper, low melting point. It's the cooling jackets. So that's a cooling jacket. Can't see me. They run the propellants through it because copper is a good heat conductor. Copper will melt by itself. It'll make your flames green. Like they'll be bright neon green if the engine melts. But those are these are vacuum jacketed lines. Well, not vacuum jacketed lines. They're propellant jacketed lines that go over the nozzle. These are copper jackets. I know, Jason. I win. Well, shut up. And also, Phil, can you introduce me to him? Whoa, he must be a pretty cool guy to know that guy. Nah, that guy's a doofus with terrible taste in automobiles. Sorry, I wanted to see this picture. This is awesome, dude. My dad is Steve Apple or whatever. Ever look into how the RS-25 chambers were cast? Long time ago. I don't remember. That's all right. I wanted to see that again. So that's Briggs. That's where their test stands are. Upgrading several test stands, including a multi-bay engine. Oh, upgrading your test stands. That's what we call it. Nah, I'm just playing. One of their test stand into the other day. Not the other day. That was like a year ago, but still. I'm making a joke, all right? Relax. We like Firefly. They're cool. 3-cell test stand right there. Very nice. The rocket facilities are co-located in Central Texas. The rocket ranch is less than 30 miles from Cedar Park campus. Proximity enables for rapid innovation. Yep. Yeet! Really wish this stuff didn't pop up, but, you know. It's fine. Is it Tim Apple? No. Well, yeah. Yes, it's Tim Apple. The president called him that again the other day. No, I don't want to talk about the president. I just thought that was funny. That engine is gas generator Carolox. For the Eclipse? I think so, yeah. Why do they test the rocket sitting sideways? Would it be better to test it like it would fly vertical? Horizontal test stands are cheaper to make, but they don't necessarily give you the highest fidelity. But they're cheaper to do rapid prototyping, McGillicuddy. Yep. And you don't have to put like a big hole in the ground. Costs money, dude. At the top right, you can hide the annotation. Oh, thank you. Oh. Cool. What's this? Aerospace Global News. All right, what is this? British startup unveils composite Spitfire inspired by abandoned wartime concept. A Cornish... Oh, wait. A Cornish firm is revving a wartime composite Spitfire concept with modern two-seat kit aircraft aimed at private pilots and warbird enthusiasts. What the hell? No, that looks awful. Kill it with fire. Like, please. Not hope. No, well, nobody's on board. Finally, English, thanks, I guess. A British startup is attempting to recreate the iconic Supermarine Spitfire as a modern composite kit aircraft, aiming to dramatically... I almost defaulted back to my regular accent, that's weird. Aiming to dramatically reduce ownership costs while preserving the look and feel of the legendary wartime fighter. 90 years after the Supermarine Spitfire first took to the skies, a British company is attempting to bring back the iconic aircraft. Not as a restored warbird, but as a modern composite kit plane inspired by an abandoned wartime concept. You've said literally everything here twice already. Come on. No. Yes. Yes, mate. Yes. Cornwall-based startup Great British Supermarine has unveiled the Aerolite Spitfire Type 433, a two-seat composite replica intended to capture the appearance and flying characteristics of the original fighter while dramatically reducing ownership costs. The company hopes the aircraft could eventually be offered in kit for around £750,000, significantly below the multi-million-pound prices now associated with the original airworthy Spitfires. The prototype aircraft was publicly unveiled during a vintage air display at Bodmin Airfield in Cornwall on the 16th of May. Great British Supermarine now plans to take the demonstrator to air shows and aviation events across the UK as it seeks investment and interest from prospective buyers. Your inner Boston is rebelling against that accent. Yeah, I can't speak like that for long periods of time. As a Brit, I'm offended. Good. Unlike modern Spitfire replicas, you know what? We'll just revert to native tongue here. Unlike modern Spitfire replicas, the company says the project is rooted in a little-known wartime effort to explore composite aircraft construction. According to Great British Supermarine, British engineers investigated alternative materials during the Second World War amid concerns that potential aluminum shortages. A company called Aero Research developed a material known as Gordon Aerolite, and plans were reportedly explored for a composite Spitfire before the idea was abandoned. Interesting. Really? Developed a material known as Gordon Aerolite. But their wouldn't the composite during the Second World War not be like carbon composite? I hate the trainer Spitfires. They look so stupid. I'm sorry, dudes. They just look terrible. The rest of it looks great. What is this? What is this? What is that? What is that? The company says its modern Type 433 aircraft continues that halted line of development using contemporary composite manufacturing techniques. We built this aircraft as a fully composite showpiece to demonstrate what the final design could look like. Part of the Spitfire story that isn't widely known is that in 1940, Britain explored composite construction as concern grew over potential aluminum shortages. 750,000 pounds, it's a heavy Spitfire. A company called Aero Research developed a material known as Gordon Aerolite. You've said that already. AI wrote this. And plans were drawn up for a composite Spitfire before the project was ultimately abandoned. It was abandoned for a reason. What we're doing today is continuing that story using modern composite materials and manufacturing techniques. What's powering this thing? You're going to tell us what Gordon Aerolite is? All right, I guess I have to go look it up now. Gordon Aerolite. It's a historical composite material developed in 1937 by Norman de Bruyn of Aero Research. It consists of high-strength, continuous flax fibers bonded together with phenolic resin. Flax fibers? It's fiberglass. It's It's fiberglass, but it's not fiberglass. Interesting. I mean, they could use Merlins. They made 100,000 of them. Look at the price of one of them, 3LRD. Today, around only 75 to 80 airworthy Spitfires are believed to remain worldwide, with operating costs and maintenance requirements placing them far beyond the reach of most private pilots. The Type 433 unveiled in Cornwall is a non-flying concept demonstrator, and Great Britain Supermarine has yet to fly or certify the aircraft. The company estimates it could take around 2.5 years to progress from the current prototype stage to a production-ready aircraft. Exactly how the aircraft would be certified and under which regulatory category it would operate remains unclear. The chairman of the Great British Supermarine acknowledged that bringing the aircraft to market would be both technically challenging and expensive. It's purely a fun aeroplane, and it's the sort of thing that a group of friends in a flying club might pool together to buy the kit, put together, and fly. What? Where's a picture of this thing? There aren't any. There's no pictures of this. There's no pictures of this demonstrator anywhere. In the video on the page, you've seen it. That was not... There is no way that that's... Let me see. Okay, I have an idiot question. Okay, I have a stupid question. Why not? Okay, they want to make it out of composite, citing the historical precedent, you know, like, oh, Gordon Aerolite, etc., etc. That's fine, but, like, yeah, they didn't do that. The vast majority of Spitfires, and by vast majority, I mean, like, literally all of them were riveted aluminum. You cannot tell me that a riveted aluminum Spitfire would be more expensive to make than a carbon composite one. Like, it's a British copy of the SW-51. Yeah. Does wood count as carbon fiber? No. So, like, I don't really understand what... Why? Why bother with carbon fiber? That's just going to make it more expensive. Just use riveted aluminum. Not true, actually. Think of the person time required for that as opposed to robotic layup into a mold. Yes, yeah, no. That's why Beechcraft, Cessna, Piper, that's why they all make carbon composites, right? That's what everybody does, right? Every plane that rolls off the assembly line is carbon composites nowadays. Nope, nope, all riveted. Nope, nope. Nice try. As a Brit, I'm offended by this. What are you offended by? What I'm saying or that? Like, I saw a brand new Beechcraft Bonanza, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It looked pretty riveted to me. To be fair, most of the newer lower cost airplanes are composites. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about the planes that matter. I'm not talking about an SR-22. Last, please, for the funny. Talking about tandem seating. What is this? I mean, I don't know. I wish them the best of luck. That's cool. It's not cheap, but I'm sure the government will buy it. Something. USC shows the first flight of the twins. Bro, the cockpit's as tall as the tail. It's a receding hairline plane. Oh dear. I I think the SU-57 looks good, but not with 2 seats. I think the 2-seater looks a little weird. They literally put an SU-30 cockpit on it. Yeah. Oh, look, another target thing. Yeah, it's even got a bullseye right on the back, dude. It's just... All right. Yeah, see this. Yes. That, no. No. Yeah, yes. No. Yes. No. Stop it. Kind of looks like an AMC pace. Did you say it looks like a pacer? I love it. Look, you guys, I don't know if you guys ever seen an AMC pacer. That's awesome. That's the best comment. That's the best one, Cal. We're done here. We're done. we're done. We're done. That's it. All right. What are those planes? It's an SU-57. John, see what Nader just said a second ago. It looks like a pacer. Oh my goodness. Oh. I want to tell you about something they're adding onto the new BF6 map called Sewer Reef. It's bigger than gold, and they have something in it you'll love. But I think I shouldn't spoil it. All right. I have Battlefield Labs, you know. Can we get some P-51? Nah, I got you. I got you. I got something. Uh-oh. Thunder. The storm is approaching. We'll just get some eye bleach here. There we go. Oh, hey, baby. I can't, your chat was closed. He said it was a nice target. Predominant, post it again. Just gonna zap that first link, dude. Yeah, you got it, weather guy. See that fixes everything. Birds. They stacked Starship, by the way. Kelly Johnson said, I want to go fast. The hideous thing. Should Dodge revive the AMC Pacer as a retro EV hot hatch to take on the Hyundai Ioniq 5? No. Cool. End of that discussion. No. Try to make something new for a change. Stop making stuff that looks like stuff from the past, please. Please have an original idea. It doesn't look bad. Like, to be 100% real, it doesn't look bad, but... one of the most misunderstood cars of the 1970 came to Should make more P38s and put turbo props in them. P30 is sexy bird, but I'm partial to the Corsair. That makes sense, considering your background. Yeah, that tracks.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
The ship is down. Yep. The ship is down. The ship is down. Oh, hey, baby.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Nice. T-Dave, 86-month resub. Thank you. Can I just go back and look at that P38 again? Actually, you know what? We were talking about Spitfires, right? So just... Give me a second. If you're gonna make a plane out of composites, that's the one to make out of composites. Your grandpa flew Corsairs? That's cool. Nice, Hellfish. Yeah. Because you know what's better than having one Merlin engine? Having two. Yep. All right, cool. All right, so the first link is this one. This is coming from NSF, but this is Gage and Max and a couple of other people were out there experiencing the deluge system in a deluge test there, so, you know. Would a mosquito rain at dawn be called Operation Morning Wood? Yeah, because it was made out of wood. It was made out of wood. So that's the deluge system from the pad. They were testing it the other day, and Gage was out there. Yeah, this is gonna be me. This is gonna be me in a couple of minutes. Yeah, this is gonna be me if it already hasn't happened. The temperature is starting to drop in here. Is this a hurricane? No, it's the deluge system, dude. It's the water. It's the water deluge system from Pad 2. SpaceX was testing it last week, and Gage got this footage here. That's actually sick. Yeah, you linked up the scale wings, Huggy. Yeah, the SW-51. All right, more plane. Here. Yes. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining. Oh my goodness. Oh. That's a lot of rain on the roof. Any love for the A1 Sky Raider? I like the A1. Yeah. I would argue that there is use for a plane like that on today's battlefield for anti-drone operations. You'd need something slower moving to be able to take out drones, but fast enough to be able to outrun them too. Turn the noise gate off. You're gonna hear the fan in the air conditioner, but sure. Here, I have the fan on. Hold on, let me shut the fan off. And let me turn the air conditioner off. Metal roof, baby. It's almost as nice as the tone. You weren't kidding. That is nice, man. I will say. That's a beautiful noise. That's not a beautiful noise. Damn. That's not a beautiful noise. Oh. 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 Okay. That was loud, dude. I don't know if that came through on the mic. That was pretty loud. I wish I was here. Me too. Beautiful noise. Zeus. Agreed. It was a nice. Why did it play the music? Why'd you play the music? I didn't click on that. It's weird. Okay. All right. It's not raining as much, so let's put the noise gate back on. And I need to turn the fan and the air conditioner back on because it is warm. Warm! It weakened a bunch before that line got to you. Oh, that's good. Could we check out the V3 update? Do I have to? Did you see the booster link? What? What is this? Nayuta space. is foregoing its tower recovery plans with Blackbird R, instead opting to belly flop the first stage booster during the final phases of landing. Did you never get that AC data center put in? It was on my list of things to do, and then my wife almost died, so no. Oh my god, alright. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that'll, yeah. Yeah, yeah, just bend them down. Whatever. Bend them down. And Bright, you are very right. An A1 did have a toilet. Yeah, it did have a toilet weapons pylon. I've seen that before. Yeah, just bend the flaps down. Nothing bad will happen. What is a toilet weapons platform? Oh, okay. Give me a moment. There you go. No, that is not photoshopped. Or AI or anything like that. That's a real picture. That's what Bright Shiny was talking about. Last link for a real booster. What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know. You know what? I could explain it. I'm not gonna explain it. It's funnier that way. Yes, for real, Nayuta Space is building its belly-flopping reusable boosters, having secured funding rounds and beginning production efforts. I thought this was 3D. No, it's real. You know what, dudes? I wish them the very best. Have have fun or something. That's China, right? No, no. Yeah. I don't know if the Chinese characters gave it away, John, but yeah, it is. The booster's waving high, and you're not gonna wave back. Just hey, good luck. Something. Whoop. All right. Got that. All right, cool. Let's see. Here is the updates. What do we got here? May 12th. So this was from last week, but I want to read it. The third generation of Starship Super Heavy, powered by Raptor 3 and launching from an entirely new launch pad, incorporating learnings from years of flight test and development. Super Heavy V3 change highlights. Let's see what we got. The Super Heavy V3 boosters feature several significant upgrades. The number of grid fins has been reduced from 4 to 3, with each fin now 50% larger and significantly stronger. These fins include a new catch point and have been reclocked on the booster to support vehicle lift and catch operations. They have also been lowered to reduce heat exposure from Starship's engines during hot staging. Additionally, the grid fin shaft actuator and fixed structure have been moved inside the booster's main fuel tank for better protection. An integrated hot stage replaces the previously single-use protective inner stage. The forward dome of the booster tank is now directly exposed to Starship's upper stage Raptor engines upon ignition, with the booster's internal fuel tank pressure and not a structural layer and a non-structural layer of steel protecting it during stage separation. And the actuators on the inner stage that connect to the ship and booster now retract after separation to further shield them from Raptor exhaust. Tube. Question, if they're 50% bigger, why not just stick with 4 smaller ones? Simplicity. Also tube. Fuel transfer tube, which channels cryogenic fuel from the main tank to the 33 Raptor engines, has been completely redesigned and is now roughly the size of a Falcon 9 first stage. This new design enables 33 engines to start up simultaneously and faster, more reliable flip maneuvers. The aft-end thermal protection system has been redesigned, with propulsion and avionics systems now tightly integrated to coordinate the distribution of fluids, power, and networking of the 33 Raptor engines. Large individual engine shrouds have been eliminated, and shielding has been added to the surface area between engines and around the thrust vector control hardware on the inner 13. Interesting. The CO2 fire suppression system has been removed following the deletion of the aft cavity and engine shrouds. Finally, the booster has gone from a single quick disconnect, which is the primary path for loading fuel and oxidizer onto the vehicle, to 2 physically separated connection points. This change provides additional redundancy between the pad and vehicle connections, while allowing the supporting mechanisms to be much smaller and less complex. Starship V3 incorporates a clean sheet redesign of its propulsion system. These changes enable a new Raptor startup method, increase propellant tank volume, and improve the reaction control systems used for steering while in flight. The propulsion updates also contain volumes in the aft end of the vehicle that could trap propellant leakage. Yep. Aft end fluid and electrical systems have been rerouted, allowing for the deletion of individual engine shrouds and the large aft closeout volume, which has previously required extensive environmental control. The aft flap actuation system also has been upgraded from 2 actuators per flap to a single actuator with 3 motors. Okay. This improves redundancy for the return to launch site operations while reducing mass and cost. Huh. 3 motors, but... Okay. The Starlink PEZ dispenser mechanism has been enhanced with new actuators and inverters, increasing deployment speed for each satellite. Starship is now designed to be capable of long-duration flights with more efficient reaction control systems, isolation valves for high-pressure gases, and 100% vacuum jacketing coverage of the header feed system. A high-voltage electrically actuated cryogenic recirculation system. Ooh. And a dedicated system for managing cryogenic propellant interactions with engines during extended coasts in space. 4 docking drogues. Oh, I thought they said drogues. Yeah, probe and drogue. It's a style of docking mechanism. It's not a drogue chute. That confused me for a second. 4 docking drogues have also been added on the leeward side of the vehicle to enable docking with other starships, along with propellant feed connections for ship-to-ship propellant transfer. Avionics. Starship and Super Heavy V3 will debut advanced avionic capabilities designed for high flight rate, full reusability, and enhanced reliability. At the heart of the 2 vehicle systems, approximately 60 custom avionic units integrate batteries, inverters, and high voltage electrical distribution into single assemblies capable of delivering 9 megawatts of peak power across the vehicle with distributed fault isolation. Wow, that's impressive. Wow. Okay. I don't... yeah. All right. 9 megawatts peak power. Okay. The upgraded multi-sensor navigation is designed for precision autonomous flight with high redundancy across all phases of upcoming missions and environmental conditions. New precision radio frequency sensors for measuring propellant levels and microgravity should enable accurate propellant monitoring ahead of upcoming in-space propellant transfer operations. Precision radio frequency sensors for measuring propellant levels. Huh. 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 Okay. And finally, upgraded cameras will provide approximately 50 views to give comprehensive vehicle coverage while powered by 480 megabits per second of redundant high-speed and low-latency Starlink real-time connectivity. Huh. They put a radar in the damn tank. There's a radar in the tank to check fuel. Huh. It helps measuring the volume when the propellant is just floating. Yeah, no, I get it. That's really smart, dude. Yeah. Raptor 3 change highlights. Raptor 3 engines deliver increased thrust with sea-level variants now producing 250 tons force. 551,000 pounds of thrust, up from 230 or 507,000. Okay. Well, the vacuum engines produce 275 tons, or 606,000 pounds force, up from 258 or 568,000. Almost 2,500 kilonewtons for the Kerbal players and metric folks. 2,500 kilonewtons. Those V3 avionics upgrades are huge. This is, yeah, that's impressive, dude. That's pretty cool. Some pretty hardcore electrical engineering going on there. Are those RVACs aimed through the center of mass yet? I don't think so. They've been test firing them at 280 tons force, but I guess 250 is safer for now. Really, Germa? Huh. Sensors and controllers are now internally integrated and covered by the engine thermal protection, eliminating the need for individual engine shrouds on both Starship and Super Heavy. All engine variants will now feature a redesigned ignition system. Okay, all right, that statement is really funny to me. Do you know why it's funny to me? Because a redesigned igniter system, that is the most generalized way of saying how whatever the heck they're doing to get Raptor to turn on. Raptor 3 has some ridiculous ignition actuation from what I understand. Do I know what it is? No, I don't. I think it's very funny how they're just like, oh yeah, we redesigned that. That right there, whatever that is ridiculous. That's like saying, oh, well, we built a new car, but, you know, the new variants of the engine are, in fact, not an internal combustion engine, nor an electric engine. We put a jet engine in it. We redesigned it. We put a jet engine. It's like, I'm sorry, you did what? I'm sorry now? Sorry? Say that again? You know, it's like, we put a rotary in it. It's like, what? Huh? So 18,183,000 pounds of thrust for the booster. Yeah, that's chat. That's pushing 80 meganewton. That's 80 meganewtons of thrust, is it not? Launches on Thursday, Electron. 80.8. That's what you said before, radio. Holy crap, dude. What is this thing? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Steely-eyed booster? Joe? I'm racking my brain to figure out any plausible reason why they wouldn't aim the RVAX through the center of mass. It's probably space constriction from the aft bulkhead Arcolex, if I had to guess. After the read, wondering what your full prediction for the flight regarding ship and booster. It's gonna make it, Ari. No big deal. It probably doesn't matter to you. It's ITAR, you don't need to know. Yeah, right? The mass of the Raptor sea level engines has been reduced from 1,525 kilograms to 1,500 from 1,630. Overall vehicle mass savings reach approximately 1 ton per engine through simplification of the engine It doesn't really work like this because delta V is logarithmic, but also delta V is a natural logarithmic equation, right? It uses a natural log function, but 1 ton per engine is, for all intents and purposes, that's basically 33 tons to the payload capacity. It's not exactly, it doesn't exactly work like that, I know, but also that, let's just, I'll meet you in the middle and say that's probably like 20 extra tons of payload capacity, because they did make it a little bit bigger. That is absurd, man. For the ship it, yeah. Well, with the ship engines, that's at least 6 tons payload capacity added because it makes more sense calculating payload volume or like payload mass versus vehicle dry mass when you're talking about straight second stages here. But yeah, So, like, okay, if you think about it, dude, they shaved 6 tons off the booster at the very least, and 33 tons off of, no, 6 tons off the ship, 33 tons off the booster. That's 39 tons that more or less is going to your payload capacity or other systems. That's absurd, man. It's the nozzle, Aqualex. I think it's just the straight height of the engine, not necessarily... Okay. Sorry. I took my wedding ring off and I put it on my middle finger and it got stuck there. Yeah, sorry. I do this when I'm talking. No reason you have to have a straight cut nozzle extension. The cut nozzle would... No. The cut nozzle would induce a roll. It would induce a coupling rate. Just like it does for Virgin Galactic. You have a wedding ring that spins? Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Still disappointed that we only have the Pez dispenser for the next few years. Yeah. You spoiled. Aqualex is suggesting engine out capability. But yeah, I think if your center 3 engines are not firing, you got a bigger problem than worrying about whether you're gonna, you know, fly straight. Yeah, can't get over how simple it looks. So they put everything in. They put all the other pipes and everything inside of these pieces here. Anyway, let's keep going. Starbase Launchpad 2 change highlights. Flight 12 will mark the first flight from Pad 2 at Starbase. The propellant farm that stores the required commodities has been upgraded with increased storage capacity and significantly more pumps, enabling much faster vehicle filling for launch. Yeah, vehicle filling for launch. EJ filling for lunch. Food. I'm hungry. Do you think the larger doors will be chopper style or shuttle style? Shuttle style all day. Chopper style doesn't make sense for integrating on the ground. Just my opinion, though. Someone's going to be like, well, actually, if you made a building that's shaped like a butthole, it'd be easier to stick the chopper fairing up it or something. No, I don't care. Shuttle style doors. All right, shut up. I just had an argument with myself on the internet. Boom. Now what? So that means you can't argue with me? You watch Everyday Astronauts video. It will get to space about 50 seconds quicker. That's crazy. Do we know they don't have engine out capability? They could possibly run the sea level Raptor on the side. You could, as long as you don't lose a center engine yard, you have engine out capability. Was Wilson in the room? No. Self-gotcha moment. I argued with myself, so you can't argue with me. Or something. All right. The main actuators that have been changed from hydraulic to electromechanical to... On the launch tower, the chopsticks are now shorter, allowing faster motion to better track vehicles during catch operations. The main actuators have been changed from hydraulic to electromechanical to improve speed, redundancy, and reliability. They're electric actuators? How? Where? Like, is that even an off-the-shelf component anymore? Once upon a time, SpaceX would just use, like, stuff that you'd find, like, at a Home Depot to build their rockets. You think I'm kidding? Hydraulics are messy and annoying. Oh, I'm not contending that, S. I'm just saying, I'm actually just more curious where the heck you found an electromechanical actuator that big. And wherever they found one, I would like to see it, and I would like to see what the heck it's used for. Like, not used for on the ship, like... Excuse me. SpaceX very obviously did not design their own electromechanical actuator for the chopsticks. I mean, they may have. I could be wrong. But usually they would procure something like that. And if they did, where the hell did they procure it and who offers that service? And can I, like, see what those big electromechanical actuators? I'm sure it's used for something cool. What did they use to actuate the grid fins on the first stage? It's all electric, boogie woogie woogie. They use Tesla motors to move them. I bet you they got it from Tesla. What is Tesla using it for, spoiled? Like, that's just I'm not saying that you'd want an electric actuator over, or you'd want a hydraulic over electric. I'm just wondering where the heck that thing came from. That means somewhere out there is some company making an electromechanical actuator that can lift like 5,000 tons or something. Well, not lift, but you get the idea. Like, for the Cybermech, duh. Yeah, right. I want to know who makes those. Like, imagine, like, hey, what do you do? Oh, I stream on Twitch. What do you do? Well, I make high-capacity industrial electromechanical actuation. It's like, really? Really? That's kind of cool. Yeah, like, what is this used for? It's not the SpaceX didn't engineer it themselves. It's clearly off the shelf. Or maybe they did. Who knows? I bet Liebherr does, yeah. Your bet is the mining industry? Probably. Why specific impulse of V3 Raptor didn't change even though chamber pressure was increased? The nozzle design didn't change, Max. Electric 200-ton plus mining trucks are a thing, by the way. It's got to be mining equipment, Com. That's what other people in the chat are saying. The quick disconnect arm for loading propellant into the Starship upper stage has been straightened, repackaged, and now rotates further away from the rocket during launch. Cool. The new cats on carriers. It's not like an emails. I mean, it might be. I don't know. But those things, they're kind of caca from what I understand. I mean, unless they work the kinks out. I mean, no, wait a minute. No, they clearly worked the kinks out. Didn't the Ford just come back from a huge deployment? So clearly it works. Like, clearly that's a thing. $11.5 months. There's still issues, but it's operational. It has some issues. The emails are working just fine. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Whom, how are you? Ford almost broke the carrier record. Yeah, I think it was out there for 300 plus days. 11. Yeah, that's a long time. That's a long deployment, man. The launch mount structure hold downs have been completely redesigned to greatly improve load sharing, throwback reliability, and protection during the vehicle flyout. Inside the mount, a new bidirectional flame diverter and top deck flame deflector are designed to eliminate ablation and the need for refurbishment on these structures after launch. In the launch mount, quick disconnects for super heavy propellant loading have been moved to the opposite side of the mount and split into separate methane and oxygen mechanisms. The various vent valves, isolation valves, and filters for booster fluid fill have been relocated into a hardened bunker on the side of the launch mount, designed to greatly reduce the distance to the rocket while isolating the oxygen and methane systems into separate rooms for safety. That's this thing. Yeah, Nader, I agree. Together, these new elements are designed to enable a step change in Starship capabilities and aim to unlock the vehicle's core functions, including full and rapid reuse, in-space propellant transfer, deployment of Starlink satellites, and orbital data centers, and the ability to send people and cargo to the moon and Mars. I've also realized they've gone from filling the full stack flight in about 55 to 60 minutes to about 35 now. Yep. Huh. I'll admit this is the part that I didn't know the most about. I knew everything else here. That's crazy, dude. 9 megawatt peak power demand. Distributed fault isolation, too. Meaning, well, she's got breakers. Yeah, it's got circuit breakers on it. I mean, it's... If you're an electrical engineer, I know it's not exactly like that, but that's a good enough point. Fault isolation is circuit breaker. It's freaking circuit breaker. Look at the F-35. Took a bit to work the glitches out of the software and the systems, and now it's an absolute beast. You know what, Nader? Like a house, yes, Vera, but a very, 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 very much more complicated spaceflight version of that. Yes. Think about it. It's more complicated. Who's going to flip the switch? Who's going to flip the breaker back on? It's more complicated than circuit breakers, but distributed fault isolation is essentially what a circuit breaker does. It's just a cool way of saying it. But fault isolation is not exactly circuit breaker. It's not like you're going to go into the Starship's payload bay and there'll be a freaking, you know, conduit box on the side. You open it up and the freaking breakers are flipped in, right? Like, it's not exactly like that. It probably looks nothing like that. But that's the idea. And Nader, the other thing about the F-35 is before you started showing up on the stream, this is like 10 years ago, I always been a major proponent of the F-35. I always thought it was awesome. But everybody and their mother was like, no, that thing's junk. It's way over budget. I'm like, you try building a plane for 3 branches of the military with 3 separate variations. Well, 2.5 branches of the military, but we'll say 3. We'll say 3. Max Q in 45 seconds. Yep. Yeah, dude. Dude, it got so bad back in the day that I really just wouldn't talk about the F-35, and I forbade conversations about it, dude. I had a rule about don't talk about the F-35 because I don't care what you have to say. Did you see that Periscope dropped the 1961 Power for Saturn on YouTube today? Very sweet 12-minute Rocketdyne promo film they dug out. Cool. I always liked the F-35. Adversity, you'll admit you were an F-35 hater as well. Saw some in Florida for the first time weeks ago. The engine is so loud, it's awesome. Yep, there's the original command, dude. The B variant is stupid, though. Now the Marines don't really want to use it, but it's cool. You knew it would be a beast when it was developed, just needed time to marinate. Yep. Actually, what tipped me off, dude, is, you know, everyone's like, oh, the development is going to exceed $1 trillion. And I'm just thinking, dude, you're making 3 variants. You're making 1 assembly line, make 3 variants of one of the most complicated fighter jets ever, like, around. Like, I'm surprised the price isn't more. I'm just saying, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good price considering what that plane is. Have you guys looked at the unit cost of an F-35? It's not as much as you think. The F-35 still costs too much to develop, but it can tank a SAM. Yeah, well, I would say there's no price on pilot safety. Just saying. Liftoff is now T0 rather than a couple seconds after. Yeah, Conan, they're going to fire the engines, get them to full blast, and then let it go. Yeah, exactly, Adversity. Yeah, one of them got hit with a SAM in current events, and it's just like, all right. All right, still brought it back in land. 89 million. That's a pretty good price tag, Cyborg, considering what it is. That's pretty. That's a pretty good price, dude. That's a pretty good price. Screw it, make it a stealth A10 for the funnies. Yeah. I remember even a couple of years ago, some people were like, F-35s are obsolete. I'd take a DJI drone. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Enjoy dying with your drone, like, I guess. The way they were able to scale F-35 production should be studied in economic classes. Yeah, exactly, dude. I really hope that SpaceX can pull a rabbit out of their hat with Starship doing that, man. Because that would be pretty cool. They mentioned simultaneous 33 engine start. No more staggered ignition. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, dude. So, okay. I don't know for sure. I'm taking a pot shot. I have no idea. But if I had to guess, that's the reason why they can do it. Right there. That's probably the reason. The tube. That much better propellant transfer, dude. So they hold down that booster until the engines are spooled up. But yeah, it won't take very long, Daytal, with Raptor 3. It'll be pretty instant, dude. It probably takes like a half second to get all 33 engines going. So what about all the overpressure issues? So Hellfish, here's the thing, like simultaneous engine ignition creates pogo. Like it creates oscillations in the fuel lines. I don't think you're going to have it with that thing. I honestly think that's the reason why they can start it. No rocket has ever put another rocket inside of it and made essentially a toroidal LOX tank. The LOX tank is if you took a donut shape and made it so, like long, right? And you have the methane tube in the center. I think as much as I want to just call it a downcomer and SpaceX calls it a transfer tube, I'd call that a fuel tank inside of another fuel tank. That's what I would call that. I mean, I don't know. Just me. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they can do it. Why they can just bang start basically all 33 engines. Probably something about this thing dampens out the vibrations that are induced from a 33 engine ignition. If I had to guess, I'm pulling it out of my tail. I don't know that for sure. I can't stress that at catheter. Oh, don't call it that ever again. Oh, what the frick, man? Oh, don't call, dude. Oh, what the hell? Don't ever call it that ever again. Bro, come on. I was just in the hospital 2 weeks ago. I wasn't in the hospital. My wife was. It's been even worse. Stop it. Oh. That's disgusting. That's gross, man. Anyway, I think that's the reason why the.
All right, well, this was supposed
Alex?
to be me, but apparently, once again, I'm being muted by producers. So hi, hello, this is Alex. I'm doing the update now. So on the left hand.
Alex is doing the update. Wait, what's Alex saying? What is he saying?
Just all the people's reactions now.
It's
and
a box!
The important thing is that you're seeing on the left-hand side of the
Why was your wife in the hospital? She almost died. Yeah.
Starship transport barge currently
Good, I don't want
heading
to
out
talk about it,
from
homie.
Port Canaveral. It just departed.
I was
Port
not
Canaveral,
exaggerating. No.
And it is heading out to Brownsville. So
Alex!
in a few days, maybe in a week or so, I believe some of the official documents are a little bit weird because they show that it should arrive on the 29th and depart on the 26th, which doesn't make sense. That will mean SpaceX somehow has a time machine or something like that. I don't know. But in any case, folks, it should get there to Starbase in about a week or so. We'll probably see it from the hotel cameras and things like that that can see the channel and things like that. But I thought might as well do a little here update while Starship is stacked on the right hand side, because future vehicles will also be going in that barge. But, you know, I hope you all are very well aware of that. I know there's a lot of people anxious to see this flight going, and, you know, it's really good to have these little updates, I guess, because remember, Starship is gonna fly from Florida, so just saying. In any case, I guess that's the update for today, for right now, because we're doing all of these
That's
updates
not
every now and
wrong.
then with a little Raptor radios. But
AJ, stop.
until then,
No.
until the next one, see you all, and hopefully you enjoy more Starship views out there in Starbase. Goodbye. Beep beep.
I am no longer enjoying this because Alex left us. He's gone. Hi, it's me, wife. I'm good. Mom ordered pizza and it's arrived. Chat, I have to go and check on my wife to make sure that she is happy and healthy. Nah, Bree, we got through most of this. Well, not most of it. We got through all of it. That was a good space news. It's 2.5 hours. We're good. Okay. I actually got to a space news today. That is a good sign. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, it's pizza time, dudes. That's gonna do it for me for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do another space news tomorrow so we can keep talking about what's going on with Flight 12. Yeah, we had a good day today. Where's the pizza from? A pizza place. Bill Sack approved. Bree, we read an article today. Bree, if you're still out there, we read an article today about a gentleman that was working on radioisotope thermoelectric generators, or RTGs for short. He was working on RTGs that could potentially be used in the application of probes to Uranus. And his name was Bill Sack. Bill Sack is working on a probe to Uranus. You know what? I'm not making that up either. Was it a good pizza place? It is a good pizza place. Poor guy. Yep. I suggested that maybe you should go by William, and then Chad suggested that Willie Sack is worse than Bill Sack. So, and on that bombshell, I'm gonna go have pizza. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll be back with more space news tomorrow. I'm just gonna try to get back into the groove here. And yes, I am excited for Flight 12, and I will be covering it here on Thursday. I'm probably going to end up doing a stakeout stream for NSF and then covering the actual thing here. So tomorrow we'll do another space news. We'll talk more about Starship and how ridiculous it actually is. And then Thursday we got some launch coverage, baby. Battlefield 6 later. If I'm feeling it, dude, I'll come back out. Yeah, we'll come back out here. If car parts get delivered tomorrow, then we might be working on the car. Maybe. Depends on when they get here. So, luckily for Bill, we'll rename it Eurectum in the future. Oh, yeah. KSP tomorrow? Let's not push our luck, John, okay? I've never had my world rocked like what happened over the last couple of weeks, so I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Anyway, I need to figure out how to connect to y'all. You'll get them. Yeah. If I'm feeling good after pizza, maybe we'll come back up for Battlefield. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just let me slow roll this. Believe me, like, we got into a good groove here. We're good. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.